Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Captain Patrick Barry, the boater, rounding out the cruise. We navigate the latest boating news and information. A lot going on. You know, we're on the heels of Florida Spiny Lobster mini season. That was Wednesday and Thursday this week. And there were some incidents that we're going to talk about from a boating and diver perspective, which, you know, I'm a diver. Barry's a diver. And one of the things, you know, as scuba divers and even boaters, I think are attracted to this as well, is Shark Week on Discovery Channel was going strong. And like the repeats are actually going on even this weekend. And they had a thing, one of the big shows, they got a lot of publicity, even in the mainstream media, was cocaine sharks. They said the sharks off of the coast of Key West are eating the square grouper. And, you know, it's making them crazy. And I don't know, they conducted some kind of, you know, scientific test as they do on Shark Week. And I say that very sarcastically because it sounds a little absurd to me. But, there was a whole special and mainstream media just, oh, man, they ate it up, literally. And it was all over there. And, it seemed a little ridiculous to me last week, and then I thought, gosh, look at all the publicity this guy. You saw that? Did you actually see the show, Barry, of
No.
Cocaine Shark? You didn't watch it?
No, and I missed Cocaine Bear, and I wanted to see that movie.
Okay, well, you can go back and watch that, and maybe you can go back and watch Cocaine Sharks as well. But it did make me think that whether you're a boater or a diver or just have an interest in this kind of stuff, maybe there's a way for us to capitalize on it. And even though this is the World of Boating radio show, we also do this scuba radio show. So I thought, hey, we put our resources behind and really try to make some money on this deal. Maybe produce our own movie or something.
From the producers of Scuba Radio and the brother-in-law of the caterer's drinking buddy from Sharknado 3 comes a harrowing tale of shark decadence in the waters just off the coast of Miami. Shark Face.
We're attempting to study a great white shark that has been reported as acting very erratic and aggressive.
Okay.
Our hypothesis is he may have ingested a huge amount of cocaine discarded from smugglers.
Hey, man. Oh, you want to with me? Okay. You'll you with the best.
We're trying to help this shark, but he's hiding behind that coral head and appears to be very agitated.
You want to play games? Okay. Come on, you cockroaches.
We only need a small blood sample, then we can get the hell out of here.
You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little fin. Hey, how'd you like that? You whores.
This is not going well. This is not normal behavior at all. The shark seems like he's ingested a whole boatload of cocaine, likely dumped by drug runners to escape a DEA bust.
You think you can take me? You need a f***ing army you're gonna take me. I take you all to f***ing hell. Don't miss Shark Face. Streaming now on Scuba Radio.
And worldofboating.com. Possibly. I mean, it's our sister show. I think we ought to share creative multi-million-dollar ideas. Surely that would do at least as big as box office as The Little Mermaid. What do you think, Barry?
How did you get her to say hypothesis?
What's that?
That's a tough word to say.
Okay, that's what you picked up out of that whole movie
That's
thing?
what I picked up out of that whole
dear
thing. Well,
God.
I knew the voice, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, it's an idea, probably a bad one, but it wouldn't keep us from pursuing
that was
it.
an idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention to
No,
the
I'm
idea
trying to
part of
think,
it.
we could jump on this bandwagon.
I would do something more of a Cheech and Chong type thing because we also have square grouper out here
yeah.
and see if the sharks eat that and then start calling in for pizza and
Right.
cheese doodles. And,
Well, if you're off the coast of Key West, just beware. that the sharks might start talking to you in a Cuban accent, or they might go crazy and start biting on your boat or something because they're cocaine out of their minds.
I wonder if Captain Patrick knows of any sharks that would do something crazy like that.
What do you think, Patrick? Yeah? No?
I
No.
am.
He's speechless.
I just.
So you would invest
I don't know what the
in
hell
that
we're doing anymore,
movie.
Greg. I really don't.
You would invest in
just-
that movie is what you're trying to say, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picking
Invest
up.
in your movie? No.
Yeah. I
Did
think
you
we
see
should.
the movie The Producers?
What does that have to do with anything, Barry?
Well, I got a feeling that's what this movie would become.
Okay.
A flop.
I don't know what he means by that, but
Okay.
hey, that's fine. All right. Well, we took care of the public service announcement of the World of Boating radio show. Brought everybody up to speed what to be on the lookout for when it comes to at least, hopefully it won't expand out from the coastal waters of Key West. But now you know if you didn't watch Shark Week. And, you can look for that movie coming to a streaming service near you. If we can come up with a way to fund it with Barry's credit card.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll make it so. What else do we got to cover? Are we ready to talk about lobster season stuff or what, Patrick? What do you think?
Well, right on the heels of Shark Week, we do have a shark-related boating story.
Okay.
So this story and all of the stories we're going to talk about, and of course, all of the ones that we will not because we lost 10 minutes of airtime for that.
For quality
promo.
programming like we just provided. Got it.
Can be found on worldofboating.com and of course the World of Boating Facebook page. This one has got video. So we like video because that helps drive traffic to the website and to the Facebook page.
Mhm.
So this one had to do with a bull shark, attacking a fishing boat. And Barry and I were talking in our pre-show meeting. Which,
Whoa, hold on. Was the bull shark hopped up on cocaine?
So Barry and I were talking in the pre-show meeting.
Sounds
And-
like it to me.
Go ahead. You'll get there. You'll get there.
I am trying so hard.
Just breathe.
So hard just to bulldoze right over his nonsense.
Okay.
And oftentimes when there's a shark attacks boat story, when you look at the whole video, it's like, okay, they were doing something to draw the shark in. They saw the shark, they start throwing chum in the water, things like that. And it's like, oh no, the shark attacked our boat. Let's get video and get likes.
Mhm.
This one didn't appear to be that issue. The guy who had the fishing boat, his buddy was on the beach flying a drone. And he's flying the drone and he sees two cobia swimming with this bull shark. So his buddy's out on the water and he kind of directs him, where this is, which is actually a pretty ingenious way of fishing, to be honest with you. Unless you're on the fishing, but that's what you got to do, Barry. You got to get a drone for your boat that can find lobster from the air.
Harder to see him from that high up.
Actually, well, yeah. Unless you could see them if they're walking and the water's clear.
You need forward-looking infrared. You need a FLIR.
Yeah.
FLIR.
Setup.
Maybe.
Have you priced out a FLIR lately?
All right, who
Yeah, we
cares? Just
install
move
them on our
on,
boats.
Patrick. What do we got?
Okay.
For God's sakes.
Says the guy who ran that ridiculous 10-minute
Now
promo.
we know
Right,
how to
come on.
aggravate them. Okay.
Okay, so the guy goes over in the boat, and so they're trying to catch the cobia and the bull shark. That bull shark was not playing,
Mhm.
and he may very well have been hopped up on some cocaine because he went after this boat. And when I say he went after this boat, he goes between the outboard engines to the transom, and the pictures afterwards, the video of the not necessarily the lower units, probably about the mid
Yeah.
area on the outboards, the mid shaft, the casings. That he punctured it. He tore this thing. He tore these things up.
And they're still made of aluminum, right?
Yeah.
They
Well,
haven't gone
yeah.
to composite, have they?
No,
So-
those shaft units right there, that would be aluminum. So he
Now,
went
I
after
tell you
it
what.
pretty hard.
It sounds like that bull shark was coked out to me. Possibly had the munchies or something as well. I don't know. We'll find out how this ended. Doesn't sound like it ended very well. Next on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Welcome aboard. I will be your captain. You'll be my scallywags. I don't know what that means, but you will be them. And here's how we play.
Thank you for your attention and welcome aboard.
Let's go.
This is the world of boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick Barry, the boater, rounding out the cruise. We navigate the latest boating news and information and find out if we know why bull sharks are attacking boats like cocaine sharks on Shark Week. I don't know. Patrick says there's no connection. Do we know why it did that, or do they have any theories of why this may be competing for the
Yes,
same
Greg,
fish?
right now we have an exclusive interview with the bull shark. Would you like to hear it?
No, but you said there was some cobia that the shark was following, and that's what these the guy with the
Barry and I had
drone.
this whole bit laid out. He was going to interview me. I was going to be the bull shark.
Oh, I'm
Man,
glad
you
I
just
stopped
totally-
it, because that would have
Totally
been
destroyed that.
a disaster.
I would love to have been the mechanic that was in this shop watching this trailer come up with this boat and then looking at the lower units and asking them, what happened?
You
Hey,
think
watch
so?
this
huh?
video.
Yeah,
Okay.
watch this video because
This will
that is
explain
pretty
it
cool.
all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I will
Text
tell
is
you-
not going to repair that.
I will tell you, I've been in situations where sharks went after divers that were spearfishing, and it seemed to be like a competitive thing. Like they looked at the spearfishers as trying to get the same fish they were going after to eat, so they took out the spearfishermen. They bit them.
Yeah.
You
know,
don't think
was
it had
in I was in a situation where sharks went after jets.
Oh, yes, they were.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was pretty kind of resulted in almost like a dance off.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Barry does.
When you're a jet all the way.
Wow. Really? Broadway references on the world of boating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than that cocaine
Culture.
face
The
thing. that you did.
cocaine
Well,
sharks.
It's more recent, I guess, but I don't know.
Okay.
But I wonder if the shark was just mad at the fishermen because, you know, the same thing. It was they were fishing for the cobia, and the shark realized, I was like, well, I'll do this. I'll just take him out, and then I'll
Well,
have the
it's-
cobia to myself.
It's possible that
Yeah.
the shark was on some kind of social media with the orca whales that have been attacking the sailboats, and maybe it's just a whole thing against humans.
Huh. Okay,
Or
that's a
maybe it's
theory.
just that bull sharks are the blanks of the ocean.
The blanks,
They
really.
they are just.
They're
man, I'd
aggressive.
That
rather-
sounds
I'd
like
rather
bull
come
shark to
across a
me.
Great white than a bull shark.
Yeah, you know, they are very, they have a bad reputation.
Yeah, they
very,
do. They are.
They're very
friggin'
unpredictable.
Them and tiger sharks.
And tiger sharks actually are a little bit more when you're in the water with them as a diver. Barry, back me up here. Bull sharks hunt in packs,
Yeah.
and so they're a little bit more difficult to kind of keep an eye on, figure out what they're doing. Like they'll be like 2 or 3 of them or more, and they'll work together, and you'll see them. And because there's more of them, it makes them a little bit more dicey to deal with. Whereas a tiger shark, yeah, it'll be bigger. and they're not very discerning on what they'll put in their mouth, but you can keep an eye on them and kind of keep them in check a little bit when you're diving, at
With a
least.
tiger shark, if you bring catnip with you, that tends to calm them down. Then they'll flip over and you could scratch them on their belly.
I don't know what you're talking about. That makes no sense. Never saw that on Shark Week, so you're just
You're
making
gonna get
crap
somebody
up.
killed, Barry.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to put a disclaimer on that one.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, don't try it anywhere.
Okay.
But anyway, all right. So
TikTok challenge.
that was just
Tiger sharks with catnip.
be on the
Yeah.
lookout if you're boating and your boat is attacked by a shark. It's
Mm-hmm.
the season for it. I guess we'll go with that for now, right, Patrick?
Let's go with that. And
Okay.
speaking of cocaine and South Florida, a lot of news coming out of Miami this week in regard to boating and just crazy, crazy stuff. So first we have, are you familiar with Tyreek Hill?
That's oh yeah, he's a football player.
Yeah, running back.
Yeah.
Left the World Champion Chiefs to go to Miami Dolphins. And there's video again. Find it on worldboating.com or World Boating Facebook
Yes.
page. So apparently there was they had been out on this boat, charter boat. They're at the marina, and there's surveillance footage, shooting at the dock. And he and a buddy, they're walking away from the boat, and one of the guys from the marina says something to him, and Tyreek Hill just does a totally classless move, which is basically goes and hits the guy from behind. Smacks the back of his head. And then, because of course the guy's by himself and Tyreek Hill has got his whole entourage with him, he's gonna go after him, and they're all trying to hold him back. And it's like, dude, you are worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. What are you doing? Now, give him some credit, Tyreek Hill. He had of course, there was a press conference later. No charges were filed. The guy refused to press charges. I guess there was probably some kind of a financial settlement that may have occurred. But Tyreek said, I can't make any more boneheaded mistakes. No truer words have ever been spoken.
That's right.
Because that's just totally classless. Also coming out of Miami, there was a rapper who was on a charter boat, and then the police got called, and there was a suspected armed robbery on this yacht. So this was the 30.7 meter motor yacht Nirvana. She was moored at the wharf in downtown Miami when the incident occurred. Police report indicates the vessel was in charter when a disagreement broke out between the vessel's captain and guests on board. Allegedly, a guest on board threatened to kill and throw the captain and a crew member off the boat if a refund was not issued. The same guest then removed a wallet and a phone from the captain for whatever reason. And police were called to the scene, and a report noted that although 2 firearms were located on the scene, no threats were made with the firearms. No arrests were made based on the totality of circumstances, and conflicting statements of all subjects involved were released and left the scene without incident. Blah blah blah. The one of the people that were on board, the rapper, I guess his name is Quavius Keate Marshall, known professionally as Quavo, an American rapper and frontman for the hip hop group Migos.
Okay. Yeah, this part of the story was the captain had said something about, your time is running out, or the cruise ends soon, or something like that, because you're only buying a certain number of hours on these boats.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah,
Do you know who I am? I'm the producer of Shark Face.
Shark.
Yeah.
I'm the producer of Shark Face. You can't tell me my time's running out.
Okay.
I've
Put
got
another
my shark
quarter in the
posse
machine
in the water,
for
all
5
hopped
more
up on cocaine. They're going to come after you, Captain Jack.
I'm Jose Cuervo. Don't you know who I am?
Oh, well.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot of interesting things going on down in Miami. Also on the football-related front and boating, Buffalo Bills, their running back, Nyheim Hines, was taken out due to a jet ski incident.
All right, we'll find out what was it as bad as a shark, or we'll find out next on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
We now return to Night Boat, the crime-solving boat.
Faster, Night Boat. We've got to catch those starfish poachers.
You don't have to yell, Michael. I'm all around you. Oh no, they're headed for land.
We'll never catch them now.
Incorrect. Look, a canal.
Oh, Night Boat, go!
Oh, every week there's a canal. Or an inlet. Or a fjord.
Quiet! I will not hear another word against the boat.
I was young, I was dry, but to sail I would go. 1 hour on the water, I was soaked down below. Though I tried, I couldn't hide from my mother's piercing view. But all she would say was, a big boy like you. Wet before, wet behind, we're the members of the Wet Pants Club.
Getting a little pissed here.
Wet before, wet behind, we're the members of the Wet Pants Club.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick Barry, the boater, rounding out the latest boating news and information and finding out what indeed caused the what was it? A football guy, a football team? What happened exactly?
Yeah,
Set
Greg,
it up.
There was a whole football team out on a jet ski.
Okay. Set it up.
When they were attacked by a shark.
No, they weren't.
High on cocaine. Yeah.
Now that's a movie.
Yes, that would be.
I think you're exaggerating.
Anyway, Buffalo Bills running back Nyheim Hines is going to likely miss the entire 2023 season.
Whoa.
After sustaining a significant knee injury in a jet ski incident. Now, do want to point out, this does not appear to be his fault. So you think about people on jet ski doing something stupid, and football player, you got what you shouldn't have been doing it. He's out just sitting on his jet ski when another jet ski runs into him. So
yeah,
that's never good.
That's not a good thing. Yeah, there's no way out of that one.
Yeah, not too much. But again, it's like unless it was a buddy of his or something, coming in close with the jet ski, spraying, I'm gonna get as close as I can. It's like if that was your buddy, and not saying it was, but if it was, it's like, dude, do you know how much I make a game a year? This is my livelihood. Stay away from me, you moron.
And probably has no insurance. The guy that hit him.
And no insurance. Based on your contract, I know how they structure those contracts based on off-season activities. The team's got a lot of money invested in you. It's a business, and they're like, you cannot do this. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. Cannot do this. If you do it and you get hurt, you void your contract. You are on your own. We ain't paying you. So remains to be seen how bad whether he can make a comeback for this year. But just be careful out on those jet skis, would you? Now, over to Lake of the Ozarks. There was an incident this past week. There was a Go Fast boat. This was a center console Nortec double step hull outboard. And it crashed spectacularly. 8 people were on board. Everybody was thrown from the boat. So it appears, based on the picture, it hit the shoreline, which was lined with rocks, launched, hit the corner of this house, bounced off the house. Looks like it took out a gazebo or something like that, and then wound up almost back in the water upside down. Greg,
is there a video of this on YouTube?
No, I looked. No, I was hoping for like a Ring doorbell video or something like that would have shown this, but I have not found anything as of yet. But what do you think? Because I know Barry already knows the answer. What do you think was the cause of the accident, Greg?
Booze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The driver of the boat was definitely BUI. And it just kind of highlights what we've been saying for an awfully long time. Enjoy your time out on the water. Leave the alcohol on the beach, at your home. Don't go day drinking beforehand. Don't you do it while you're out on the boat. You lose track of how much you're drinking. You're getting dehydrated. Beer is doing nothing, if that's your drink of choice, to rehydrate you. And bad things happen. In this case, really, really bad. The guy's really lucky that nobody got killed in this thing. Moving up to Illinois, there's a boat rental person. This story the owner of this boat rental, I believe she's the owner or at least the manager, got into a disagreement with people on one of their rental boats. Police were called. She winds up throwing one of their cell phones in the water. She gets charged, multiple charges, things like that. But
she did it in front of the police.
Well, look,
I mean, it was like, oh, look, he's recording me. She takes the phone and that's it. It's okay.
But what I really wanted to point out on this was, so they have this disagreement, whatever. So now the people who rented the boat are back, at the dock, all this incident. They're talking with the police. The boat renters also stated they were never given proper instructions on handling or maneuvering the boat. Okay. That is on you. Okay. The renter. Okay. If you feel you weren't given proper instruction, here's the keys, off you go. Don't go. That's entirely on you. If you feel you weren't given enough instruction or proper instruction. When those stories do come up involving boat rental agencies, and that fallback is, we were never told, we weren't given enough instruction, they didn't tell us how to stop the boat, then don't get on the boat. If there wasn't enough safety equipment on board, then you should be asking, where are all the life jackets? Do you have a life jacket for each one of us? Yes, you do. Where's the fire extinguisher? I think you got some responsibility there as a person who's renting to make sure that, it's before you head out on the water, that indeed the boat's got everything that it should have. Where's the safety equipment? That's basically all you got to ask. Life jackets. Do you have one for each of us? Yep. There's 7 people. They got 8 life jackets. Great. Got a throw cushion. Great. Fire extinguisher. Yes. If we get pulled over by the police and for a safety check, we're going to pass. But if you feel that you haven't been given enough instruction or the proper instruction, don't get on the boat.
There will be times when people will do things and not know what questions to ask. They all get together. Hey, why don't we go rent a boat today? They have one down at this particular place. You pay them whatever it is per hour. We'll go out for 3 hours. What do you need to know? That's part of the problem.
How not to die?
Well, again, it's, you ever go to your first lecture at a university and you're sitting down and the professor asks you, do you have any questions? And you're looking at them with a blank face. You just started. You have no idea what to even ask. So
but most people aren't going to die at a lecture, Barry.
No, I understand
There's
but
little to no chance of that happening unless they get bored to death.
That can happen. But But really, the boat rental place, they said that they were not provided a copy of the rental agreement to the renters. It didn't, as you say, have all the safety equipment, including the emergency cutoff switch, which we've talked about before.
Which, depending on when the boat was made, may not have been required.
May not have been. And then they went and they said that, even though the police were on this boat and they checked it out and they checked out the people, they were not impaired, anything like that. They said that the boatyard claimed that there were numerous liquor bottles, beer bottles, human waste left on the rented boats.
Yeah, well, that occurred, of course, after they emptied their trash on the boat. That look at all the trash they left on the boat.
Yeah, right. So there's something strange about this story, but the fact that she lost her, I mean, she looks like a lovely lady, but she lost her temper. And
little boat rage going on there.
Yep.
Yeah, understood. All right, we got more coming up on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Ryan, we've got to get on that ship.
Attention passengers, the karaoke contest will begin in 5 minutes.
Okay, now we've really got to get on that ship.
Look at me, I'm ship-faced. I'm a nautical disgrace. Brownies, yachties, I'm out of place. I'm ship-faced.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Captain Patrick, Barry the boater. All right, so if you rent a boat, ask the right questions. Don't blame the renter when something happens and Marine Patrol boards you and accuses you of this. And if you try to put the blame on the renter, I don't think that's going to work. Didn't work in that case, and she threw a fit. And did she end up in jail, by the way, for that one, or what, Patrick? Or no?
She was arrested and charged, and will be going back. I'm sure all charges will wind up being dismissed. I mean, it's not that it's a victimless crime, but it's like, it's not a good look.
Pack your patience.
Got to buy a new phone for the renter.
Yeah. Take personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Got to find out if she's single.
Yeah.
Might have been. Captain Patrick might have found a love connection. Go figure.
We'll see.
All right.
Moving on to electric boat market. So this has been a point of contention amongst some of our listeners and some of our commenters on our World of Boating Facebook page, which you can take part in, because there are times when one of us will interact with you, possibly, through comments and things like that. We appreciate the feedback. So this has to do with the electric boat market. And the report out is Global Recreational Boat Market 2023 report. Electric boats poised for robust growth by 2028, which is basically what I said, within 5 years. And as you continue to go to boat shows, as we saw the influx of outboard engines, say over the past 10 years, where we saw this tide change at the boat shows, that's really where I first saw that, man, something is going on here, which I was already aware of with the Vortec 4.6 liter going out of production, and what were entry level engines going to be then, since the 3 liter was gone. That leaves you basically with a 5 liter as an entry level engine for the most part. And saw the influx, and then once joystick docking came into play, Optimus systems for Yamaha, Helmmaster EX, things like that, it really took the fear out of docking multi-engine outboard boats, took that fear out. Anybody can do it. People are going to get into boats. And it's going to be interesting to see over the next 5 years with the boat shows, to see the influx of electric boats, how those start to creep in and start to eventually take over. Because despite what some of our listeners feel, which is give me gas, electric is coming, and there'll be a point in a time in the very near future where boaters coming into the market for the first time won't know anything other than electric.
Well, that was the same way. Greg may remember this when we started with the horse and buggy, and then moved to the steam engine, and then to the first cars.
Oh God,
So wow. I mean, back then those cars were relatively slow and cumbersome and noisy and everything else.
So wait a minute.
And-
Let's get to the end of this.
Well, but what I'm
theory.
trying to okay.
Well,
What I'm-
Patrick, are you
We're-
trying to say that the electric boats are going to be dumbing down boaters in general because they
No,
won't
what
have
I'm saying
experience?
is electric boats are coming.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it. The big detriment or the comment that I hear really is, capacity, time out on the water. But, you've got a lot of recreational boaters that they're not looking to go out and, they just want to get out. We've often talked about, the haul over inlet area there.
Mhm.
They just want to get from the ramp to the sandbar and hang out. That's all it's just a means to get from here. And they want to do it stylishly and they want to do it economically. And you've got people over the next 20, 25 years that are going to be coming, or even sooner, that are coming into boating for the first time, that are going to be environmentally conscious. They're going to want a boat that doesn't hopefully harm the environment. Hopefully they don't look too much into the production process of manufacturing that boat. But they're gonna want something that isn't going to burn fossil fuels. That's going to be, it's going to be hip. It's going to be new. It's going to be the Tesla on the water.
Yeah.
That's what they're moving towards. And I think you're going to find more and more boating communities, areas with certainly freshwater lakes and stuff like that, that will eventually start to ban or limit the use of fossil fuel burning boats on these waters to help keep those waters pristine and protected. A lot like happens over in Europe. There's areas in Europe where you can't use a fossil fuel burning boat. It's been electric for an awfully, awfully, awfully long time. That's all they allow on those waters because they want to keep them clean and pristine and protected and safe. They don't want them polluted.
Mhm.
And we do have those in this area. A lot of these man-made lakes around here that surround the area I live in will not allow gas-powered boats. However, you can use either a paddle boat or electric boat in the area for your fishing or just cruising around.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, where I go on the weekends with my dog, Lake Baldwin, there's a great dog park out there. A gas burning, people will still go out there with their outboard powered boats, but they're using their trolling motors to move the boat. They're not running their engines. It's like, guys, you're already doing it. So stop whining about it. It's just like there's going to be a segment of the population that will have no idea what it's like to go to a standalone bank. They will never set foot inside a bank. They're doing all of their banking and stuff online. There was a time when you guys actually had to drive to a bank and through a drive-through, this drive-through teller. What the heck is that?
Wait, why does this telephone have a cord attached to it? Why are you plugging it into a wall? Things will change. It's just we're at the infancy of electric boats. In 10 or 15 years, as the technology gets better, and I constantly read about better battery technology out there and large supplies of lithium that can be mined in this country so that we're not beholden to any other country. So we can make these things here.
Oh yeah,
we can.
I'm saying in 5 years, I think because outboards are poised already to dominate the industry. Okay, the stern drives still have a place, especially if you've got a surf boat that isn't a shaft-driven boat. So Volvo Penta with their forward-facing drive, and Merc, like 8 years late to the party, finally introduced theirs as well. Outboards are really, really driving the market, and you've got manufacturers out there that have already in the pipeline. I mean, they'll be putting on boats electric powered outboard engines that look like a traditional outboard, and I'm not talking like the Torqeedos and stuff. I'm talking other bigger units out there, which we've talked about. We've had them on the boating Facebook page and on the website, so you kind of get an idea of what those things look like. They're there. It's coming. There's no stopping it. And I think within 5 years, if you were to go, we go in the time machine, we go 5 years in the future to the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show in water. 5% to 7% of the outboard powered boats at that show will be electric.
Well, it's going to, 5 to 10%. That's all in 5 years, you think?
Yeah. That's when you look at the number of boats there, that's pretty significant.
Well, it's a number of boats, sure. Yeah. But I would hope it gets.
And I would think that people that live on the water and have docks now would be the first to acquire these boats because they could just lift them up, plug them in, and then get them ready for the next time out.
It's all going to depend on the technology and the price, as it should. If they can figure out a way to, push this technology to, forward faster, I think everybody's on board with that idea. But price is an issue, and that obviously is going to drive the market. So we'll see where it goes. On that note, we're going to wrap it up till next time. Remember, whether it is sail or motor, will be electric.
Life is better as a motor.
Safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab! World of Boating is